Hello and welcome to Angry Asian America, a brand new show from ISAtv, coming to you from Studio 5A. My name's Phil Yu, and I'm the founder and editor of AngryAsianMan.com, blog about what's going on in Asian America, talking about everything from politics, pop culture, media, and everything in between. Each episode will be joined by my co-host, comedian and writer, Jenny Yang.
Yay, hi!
What's up, Jenny?
I'm so excited to be here because every week we're going to be able to cover all the news that's shaping our community, one angry story at a time.
Each episode will also be joined by a special panel of guests. So this first episode, we've got Wang of Wang Productions.
Woo!
Hello, what's up guys? I'm so glad to be here. I've been reading your blog for a really long time and I think it's great that we can finally share it in video form. People can finally see the face behind that angry Asian.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a gorgeous face.
Yeah, hope not to disappoint. We've also got one of my favorite bloggers from Discretion, Jen Wang. What's up?
Hello, hi. Very happy to be here.
Yes, very glad to have you here.
No relation.
No relation, because two Wangs don't make a right.
All right, so let's get into the angriest story of the week. This one's actually not angry, it's actually pretty cool. First off, let's talk about Fresh Off the Boat.
Yes!
Now, Fresh Off the Boat is a new ABC sitcom that's in the works.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my friends.
But Fresh Off the Boat, the one we're talking about, is a new ABC sitcom that's in the works. It's based on the memoirs of Chef Hwang, and it's set in the 1990s about his family growing up in Orlando. And they're making it into a sitcom. This is going to be on primetime network TV, hopefully. What do you guys think about this? Jenny, I know you read the book.
It is huge. This is so big. It's amazing. Chef Hwang, just as a person, he does not give a about what anyone says. He will speak back. He has extra swag. He's like wearing like print on print on print.
I totally agree that this is huge for like the community. Like most of America that watches TV has never seen a family like this on TV. But is it gonna happen? Is it gonna go the same way as the Margaret Cho show? Like why did the Margaret Cho show not do so well?
Let's assume that it turns out to be good. Okay, let's just assume it's good.
Let's do that, yes.
And and they put it on TV. What does it need to succeed?
You're right, it has to be a good show. I think like this is kind of like, the Cosby Show moment or like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air where it's like you have these, ethnic families and the only way to get the general market behind you, it has to just be good first.
Maybe I'm getting too hopeful and getting my hopes up too much, but I would really love to see this. I feel like all the things are kind of in place for this to be like pretty great actually.
I also think like people like a cute Asian kid, and it will be him as
That's
a kid.
how it's set, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that's a good sort of like entryway into the sort of like Asian American family.
Bottom line, cute Asian kids. All right, for our last angriest story, this is a really weird one. We've got this unusual instances of racist flyers being posted at in college campuses. A couple months back, there was at UCLA, someone sent a racist flyer to the Asian American Studies Center. And then most recently at University of Florida, someone posted like a fake ad for people collecting dogs for food. People just posting this and obviously trying to get a laugh or trying to get a rise out of Asians.
I have a lot of thoughts on this. The University of Florida one, that just made me super sad because I actually spoke there last fall. And it hurts that it's happening to these kids because they're great. The UCLA thing and the USC, those flyers, it's really interesting how the discussion of that whole thing has gone, that they're racist flyers. Because for me, it was the misogyny of those flyers and the sexism, because those flyers weren't about like, Asians eating dogs. Those were about like, Asian women are whores because they date the honky white boy. Also, like elephant in the room, don't know if that flyer came from outside the community.
That's what I'm saying, like on a scale, I'm like, okay, I'm sure there's a lot of flyers going around for black people too and Hispanic people too, and like not all those are getting national news coverage, and we don't need to like, push the red button because of some flyers.
But when's the last time it doesn't have to be about lynchings and slurs and, and KKK members and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like, everyone always says like, I get this all the time from people in our community. It's like, it's like, why don't you use your energy for something that really matters, for the important things. Like, this is just a flyer, whatever, And I'm like, so what's the thing that's actually going to make you move to action? Is it going to take this thing? Because one thing leads to another, and I feel like it escalates, So like, when is the time that you're actually going to take action and say something? And I feel like, these things are not minor incidents when you stack them up all together.
I'm just saying, like, there's definitely a section of the Asian American community that will say those Asians are being hypersensitive.
Totally.
But they always say that.
Yeah.
And those Asians are hypersensitive to hypersensitivity. They're just always like, they're the first ones on it who's like, I'm Asian and I'm not offended.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's like, it's almost a gimmick.
Yeah.
It's like a party trick or something where you're like, oh yeah, you're the one Asian who's the least offended.
Do you know how many
Always.
comments? Do you know how many comments or tweets I get that's just always like, get over it? I'm like, thank you for the least helpful advice ever in the history of all time.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, or like, I'm Asian and I'm not offended.
All right, to wrap things up, we're going to go around and talk about what's making us angry this week. So, Jen Wang.
Okay, what's making me angry this week is the pace of Walking Dead. Okay? I cannot stand when TV shows separate all their characters and they all have to find their way back to each other. It's so boring. Let's find the new wherever you're gonna stay for the next season. Let's just do it. Let's just do it.
All right, Phil Wang.
Award season just passed, and it's really, I think only one Asian American person won an award for songwriting, which is great, it's awesome, but it just, it makes me wonder how long is it going to be before we see an Asian American win Best Actor, Supporting Actor. Hell, we'll take Editor. I mean, let's see something. Wrongful Productions, we're working on it, so I promise.
What's making me angry this week is my mom will not let up at asking me to get myself a real job. She knows that I pick up gigs here and there as a comic and a writer, but you know, Mom, I'm not gonna try to get a stable, regular job anytime soon, sorry.
All right, for me, what's making me angry this week? Stupid comments on the internet. Just because you see an empty comment box doesn't mean you can just put anything you want in there and just like let it out to the world. Thank you all for watching this first episode of Angry Asian America. And a huge thank you to our guests, Jen Wang and Phil Wang. Anything guys you want to plug?
The Wang family name. Also at Discretion on Twitter, Discretion on Facebook. The blog's been a little bit quiet recently, but there's something new afoot, so stay tuned.
Yes, and thank you guys so much for supporting Wrongful Productions. We just finished our Indiegogo campaign, and we are just amazed by the support. Now it's time to make a movie, so follow us at Wrongful Productions.
And as always, you can find me online at jennyyang.tv and on Twitter at jennyyangtv, and of course, disorientedcomedy.com. And a special shout out to our featured artist of the week. You will always hear a new artist featured on the music at the top of the show and the end of the show, Dan, aka Dan. Thank you so much for sharing your music.
Thank you all for watching. Be sure to subscribe to ISAtv for future episodes. Shout out to Studio 5A where we've been shooting here today. Check out the links below where you can see all the stories we talked about today, as well as all the other content on my blog, Angry Asian Man, angryasianman.com. So until next time, stay angry.
Give me